Hello and welcome. Welcome to Beginner Hatha Yoga. My name is Pat and I'm an instructor with the Yoga Within studio here in Edmonton, and I'm delighted to have you with me. So this class is for people who maybe are returning to yoga, have never done it. I will give options to you. The most important thing is that you're here and you're moving, and you're here to take care of your body. So this is your practice. For you, it's a time for you to connect with your body and listen to your body. And please don't do anything that your body is saying, no, that's not right for me. I feel that might injure me. So it is just a really good time to connect with yourself and pay attention to what your body has to say to you. So if you'd like, stretch out. We'll take a couple of minutes to arrive here and prepare for our class. Stretch out on your mat. You can stay sitting if you like. If you're sitting, you might want a cushion or a small folded towel just under the back of your hips so it tilts your pelvis forward and it kind of helps with your lower back and the comfort and the ability to sit up tall. Otherwise, lie down, and again, you may want to have something under your head. We have these foam blocks. I have small pillows back on my bed there, or a folded firm blanket like that. Something if you feel your head needs a little bit of support. So make yourself as comfortable as you possibly can on your mat. Your legs can be straight, or you can bend them so your foot soles are on your mat flat. That often feels better if you have any discomfort in your lower back. So just find a position for your arms that feel relaxed and your body is at ease. And just take a long, slow breath in. Just connecting with your breath. And connect with your breath as it leaves your body. Take 2 more breaths like that. Just being curious about your body, and if you can, let go of the busyness of what has been in your day before you do the class. Just try not to connect with those thoughts. Take time for yourself. So just a slow, gentle, long breath in and a long, gentle breath out. And be curious about your body. Where does it feel at ease? Where perhaps you have some stiffness, like pretty well all of us have, and you may have some discomfort. If you're healing from an injury or illness, pay special attention to that and follow what your healthcare providers advise you. It's a time to befriend yourself. On your next breath, take a big breath in, deep, 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 and let it out with a sigh. And again, big breath in, and a sigh. And now, tense your whole body up. If you are sitting, please come down to lying on your mat. And just stretch out your body, long, long, long. Point your toes, stretch your fingers out, far out to the side or above your head. Stretch, 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 and release. And do that one more time. Big, 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 big stretch, stretch, stretch out. And release, and release. Bend your knees so that your foot soles are flat on your mat. And have your knees about hip width apart, and the same with your feet. And just think, don't look, but just think that you are wanting the outsides of your feet kind of parallel to the outside of your mat if you can, just so you have a nice long alignment, shoulders, hips, knees, feet. Take your right foot up, and you can just stretch it out with your heel on the ground, or if you like, hold it up 2 or 3 inches and rotate your ankle in one direction. Do about 6 rotations in one direction and 6 in the other. Just stretch as you're making those circles, stretch your toes out, and then point your toes away from you and bring your toes towards your nose. Let's do that about 6 times. We're introducing a little movement into our body, and also pay attention to how your body's feeling as you do this. Just connect with yourself. Now bring that leg up. You can place your hands behind your thigh. Draw your thigh to your abdomen here. You may be able to place your hands on the outside of your shin. And as you exhale, just draw that leg towards your abdomen, towards your core. And as you release, let your arms stretch out. Nice inhale here. Exhale again and give those organs in your abdomen a nice massage as you exhale and squeeze. Let's do 2 more of those. Breathe in, stretch your arms out. Breathe out as you draw that leg in. And 1 more. Stretch out. Exhale and squeeze. Now stretch your leg out as far as you can. It can be anywhere from here. Just press through your heels. You may have a bend in your knee, that's fine. And just very, very slowly, maybe to the count of 10 even, slowly bring it down as you keep both your hips flat on your mat. That's it. Don't let it go. Don't let it fall. Don't let it fall, and gently, gently put it down straight on your mat. Okay, bend your right leg. We'll do the same with the left leg. So stretch it straight out, and you have the option of having a bend in your knee and keeping your heel on the ground, or if you can, just lift it up a few inches and do rotations in one direction again, about 6 of them. Just notice how your ankle feels. And then rotate the other way. About 6 there, that way too. Just keep this movement just basically in your ankle and your foot. Don't worry about your hip moving yet. Stretch your toes away from you so you're extending your toes, and bring your toes towards your nose or flexing your foot and pushing out through your heel. Again, extend your toes, draw them in and press out through your heel. And do 2 more of those. That's it, that's it. And towards your nose. Draw that leg up and bring it in so that your thigh is coming close to your abdomen. Again, you can put your hand behind your thigh on your shin. Just don't pull on your knee. And this is not really a pulling. This is a supporting and just gently drawing in. So as your arms are extended, big breath in right into your abdomen. And as you exhale, use your thigh to help squeeze out the air from your abdomen. And inhale. And exhale. Two more. Do 2 more in your own time. Just think of the nice massage those organs are getting. Your intestines, kidneys. That's it. Good, good. And put that foot down. Now roll over onto the side so you can see me. You may have to adjust your mat so that you're lying on one side of your body. And here again, notice if you need something under your head, please grab a little pillow or something. I'm going to exchange this and put my foam pillow because I'd like your lower arm to stretch out from your shoulder with the back of your hand on the floor. I'm just checking to see that my hips are in line with my shoulders here, and I'm bending my knees, but my feet are just below my hips there. And my upper arm is just going to rest my palm on the palm that's on the ground.
Keeping your feet together, so the inner edges of your feet together, slowly separate and lift that upper knee up so that the knee is pointing towards the ceiling. Now, it doesn't matter how far it goes. That is not our goal. It is to introduce movement that is safe for you. And slowly bring it down. Now, we'll do this really quite slowly. Haven't done too much with the hips here, so draw it up. Hold it here for a breath to develop a little bit of strength using your core muscles, a bit of your glutes, and lower. And again, lift up. And as you're holding and breathing here, just notice that the weight of your body is distributed the length of your mat, from your head, your shoulders, your side body, hips, and down to your legs. So we have lots of, we call it our foundation. We have lots of support in this position. And down, I think that's the last one. Busy talking. Now, in the same position, keeping your legs the same way, but keep your knees and feet together. With the upper arm, just keeping it straight, lift it straight up so your fingers are going towards the ceiling. And holding there. Now, take it back, but as soon as your knees want to come apart, stop there. Don't go any farther. We're just going to do a gentle twist. We haven't been doing too much with our back. Some of you may be able to twist all the way over so that that hand is on the floor, or perhaps that arm, you want to rest it on your side here, or even put it down behind you. And pay attention to your legs. As soon as they want to pull apart, that's as far as you need to go in this twist. And come back. And let's do that again. So just notice how it affects your shoulders. Keep your shoulder away from your ears. Stretch up with your arm. And then if your arm is not straight up from your shoulder, that's fine too. If your arms are here, you can do it from there as well. Just find what is safe and provides ease. Okay, we're building strength, movement here, a little gentle twist for the lower spine. And back up. Good. We'll do one more, and perhaps you want to coordinate it with your breathing. Breathing in as we open up. And breathing out as we come back. And we're going to put those two together. So as my arm comes up, my knee is going to come up, and you stop where you've reached what is good for you today. The leg will never go past midline, and I may be able to twist my upper body and come back over. We'll do two more. Maybe for you it's just perfect to come up a little ways and hold there. That is for sure increasing strength and opening in your hips. So we often say, kind of play with it till you find what is right for your body. And one more. And come back and release. Roll over to the other side. Now, so you can see me, I'm going to turn this way, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. So I have my head supported nicely, my knees bent, my bottom arm out from my shoulder, or maybe somewhere a little lower than that, and my upper arm with my palms together. We'll start with our legs, keeping the inner soles inside of our feet together. Lift up, 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 up. And just you'll notice that one side will be different from the other side. And slowly come down. We rarely ever have the same movement both sides of our body. We use both sides of our body in different ways. Slowly come up and hold for a breath. And come down. And my dog almost always comes in to say hello. This is Bill. Hi, Bill. You going to do a little yoga? And come down. Now we'll do the arm first. Let's take your arm up. And again, notice how far is comfortable for that arm to go back. As I say, you can put your hand here if that's as far as you are going to go today. Keep your knees together though. Or if you can go a little farther, you can place your hand a little back behind you or extend out. Always keep ease in your body. We practice no harm. Come up. There's no destination we need to reach. Just be grateful that we're here and we're moving and caring for our body. Befriending our body. And this is the last one. Go to where it's comfortable for you. And back. And then we'll do 3 coordinating with our legs. So perhaps think of inhaling, if that works for you right now. Up, your knee to the center, and just check where your arm feels comfortable and going. Opening up across the chest. Swing back. And again, slowly. That arm may be down lower. That's just fine. And exhale. And one more. Very good. And come back. And straighten out. And come up to your hands and knees, however is comfortable for you to do. So you may want to roll on your side. One of the things to be aware of is if you're dizzy, go very slowly and just take your time to pause and breathe there. And up we come. And I'm sorry my dog gets bossy. If I close the door though, he's worse. So we're coming up to our hands and knees. He's not a true patient yogi. I'm just going to do this a little bit so I can see you. Okay, on your hands and knees, we call this tabletop position. If any of you have done yoga before, you will probably be familiar with it. So place your palms of your hands on your mat below your shoulders and spread your fingers wide. And just check, are your wrists about below your shoulders? Now, if that's not a comfortable place, you may want to move them a little bit farther out or a little bit closer in. So just play with that a little bit. Now, if this is hard on your wrists, you can fold your mat actually and have that below the soft part of your hands. I won't keep you here too long. We'll sit back periodically because it can be very hard on the wrist. Think as your fingers are spread that the middle fingers is, try to have it pointing towards the front of your mat. Your knees are about hip width apart again. below your hips, and your back is what we call neutral, so I'm not letting it sag down and I'm not arching it back up. And I've got my tops of my feet flat on my mat. Okay, let's just sit back, if that's comfortable, and shake out your wrists for a minute. Now to sit back, you may find it's much more comfortable if you put a cushion behind, a pillow, or a blanket. Maybe more comfortable for your legs. Just give your hands a little shake and come forward again. So as you come forward, notice the weight. Is it equal on the tops of your feet, your knees, perhaps your shins if they touch your mat, and your hands? And just rock forward a little bit and back. And notice how the weight changes. Like that. Now pick up your right hand just a little, and now notice that the weight is a little bit different and it creates a little bit of balancing. Now your other hand, just pick that up a little bit. You engage your core a little bit more, connecting your bottom half of your body and the top half of your body through your core. Do the same with your right knee. Doesn't matter actually if right or left, one knee, and hold it up. And try not to shift way over to the side. Try to keep your hips the same. And put it down. And the other leg as well. Now we'll come back in what we call child's pose. So spread your knees a little bit and bring your toes closer together. And come back, sitting back again. If you would like, you can put a cushion between your thighs and your calves. And come back, just resting down with your weight on your legs. You can put your arms so that your forearms are on your mat. This keeps your head above your heart. If you have any high or low blood pressure or any dizziness, you want to keep your head above your heart. If this is good for you, you perhaps could try coming down a little lower, or actually try putting your chin in your palms of your hands like that. This is a very lovely resting position. And we often, when we're working on tabletop, we'll come into this position. If you have no headache, no dizziness, you can come right down and put your head either on your fists like this, on a foam block or a towel, or you may be comfortable with your palms flat and come down with your forehead on the back of your hands and rest. Come up, sit up, and we'll come back into tabletop one more time. So let's come up into tabletop in that same position. And it doesn't matter what leg you start with, we're just going to do a little bit more balance. So stretch out one leg so that the stretched leg, your toes are on the ground. Now if you like, you could lift them off maybe just an inch and hover, or a little higher if that's comfortable for you. As you lift that leg, try to keep your hips flat across, not twisting like this. And hold it up, or hold it stretched back. Bring it forward so you're on your knees, and do the same with the other leg. Stretch it out. And that might be good for now, or perhaps you can lift it up and hover and balance and come down. Good. Come back into the child's pose one more time. Just give your wrists a circle, and then come up to standing in whatever way is easy for you to do. going to change my mat this way a little. And just walk out your feet if you like. And come again in that nice strong mountain pose, Tadasana. Shoulders, hips, feet. And just check down at your feet and maybe you can lift up all 10 toes off your mat. Spread them out and place them down. Let's do that again. Lift your toes, spread them wide, and lay them flat. Excellent. Just check the outside of your feet. Have them as parallel to the outside of your mat as you can. Let's put our hands on our hips and do a side bend to your right. Again, we're drawing, lengthening on the left side, keeping your head in line so you don't drop it and cause strain on your neck. And breathe. That's it. And come up. And to the other side. Let's do that. And breathe. And up. This time you may like to add your arm. And it could be out like that. It could be anywhere. Just to add movement in that arm. And reach over, giving a nice stretch to your left side of the body. And come up, and the other side. And come up. And let's do that with crossing your right foot over your left foot. Just place it in front. First of all, get your balance here. Draw your legs together. Draw your core up. And see how your balance is in this position. You may want to stay here and perhaps do a little bit of rocking back and forth if this is as far as you want to go. If you feel stable enough, let's do a side bend to your right. Again, using your core all the way up. The energy in your legs. Draw your legs together. And come up. And go over to your left side. Excellent. Good. Good. Come up. Spread your legs. Put your elbows on the tops of your thighs and just go into a half forward fold and let your back stretch out there. And come up. Let's do that on the other side. So lift your left foot up, cross it over, place it in front and a bit to the side of your left foot that is on the floor. Hands on your hips and do a side bend to your left. Pushing up through your feet, keeping this hip tucked in, not sticking out like that. Oops, almost went off balance there. So you want it strong up the side. And we topple sometimes. And come up. And to the other side. I notice I don't have nearly the stability on this side as I did on the other side. That's very common and it will vary day to day, different times of the day. And step apart. Rock back and forth on your feet. And I'll stand to the side. Just to add some movement to our lower spine. You could let's take our arms back, holding our hands around our forearms, and just in the small of our back there. Again, feel stable in your feet as you rise up into a gentle back bend. So you're rising up through the front of your body, the front of your chest, and slowly, the last thing to lift is your head, and maybe lift so that your eyes are about where the wall meets the ceiling. And breathe here. One more deep breath in. And release. And just come forward in that nice half forward fold again. Keep your feet the way they are. You can have your hands on your thighs, or if you want, go down like that. Let's come up and do that one more time. This time you can do the same with your hands, or you may want to put the flats of your hands just, the palms just below your waist, and draw your shoulder blades together by pulling your elbows together. Don't thrust your ribs here. You want to draw that in. And again, think of this back bend as coming right from the ground. You're pushing up through your feet, rising up strong, engaging all your muscles, your core muscles. Drop your shoulders, lifting up. And let's just breathe there. Breathe. And release, and come forward. And forward, bend your knees a little, rock a little back and forth if you like, and then coming up you can have your hands on your thighs, or if you want you can put your arms forward and push up through your legs and down. Whoops, I'm out of the screen. Give yourself a big hug as you just drop your chin and lift your head up. Come back to facing forward, turn to your right or left. I think that's your left. Either way, it doesn't matter. Come to the center. Open your arms. Bring your arms across the opposite way and drop your head again. Lift up. Look up. Not straining your neck. Bring your gaze forward. Look over one shoulder and look over the other shoulder. And release. Give your body just a nice little shake and come down to your mat in whatever way is comfortable for you. So sitting or lying just for a couple of minutes to take in what we have done in our practice today. So make yourself as comfortable as you possibly can. Support your head. If your lower back is bothering you, then bend your knees. And take a long, slow breath in. And a sigh out. It's like we started our class. And do that 2 more times. And just release yourself to the ground. Feel the support of your ground, of the ground. And be grateful to yourself for bringing yourself to your mat today. You're very welcome to stay in what we call Shavasana, to integrate our practice for as long as you want after the class is over. Take all the time that you like. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me. Stretch out your arms if you're sitting up. Bring the energy towards your heart center. If you like, put your hands together in front of your heart center.
Thank you for sharing your practice with me. Namaste.